And welcome back to Dragon Ball Z What If? What if the Earth Dragon Balls acted like Nameks? So last time we had the arrival of King Cold, and it went very poorly. Even Goku turning Super Saiyan wasn't quite enough to take on King Cold. But ultimately things were able to they were able to win the day. But danger loomed as a short time later, Trunks showed up at Capsule Corp looking for Goku, but more importantly, also just looking for his father, because he knows he is born at this time. Which really, when you think about it, Trunks, maybe show up after you were born. Granted, he wanted to show up 3 years prior to try to get there in time before Vegeta or Goku died. So timing is a thing. But I guess in theory, had he shown up after his birth, it would have at least been easier to tell everyone everything. I guess the problem just would have been there'd been no time to repair at that point. So that being said, he does show up. He does tell them about the androids, and you unfortunately Goku, you die before you ever get a crack at them, and they wipe out everyone. You, Dad, everyone. But in my timeline, there is an antidote. And so, yeah, and here you go. It's like, cool. And because they're at Capsule Corp, Bone's like, well, just to be safe, I'm going to reverse engineer this so we'll have extra on call. And they go into training. Let's get down to training to defeat androids. But anyway, so all the training goes down, and unfortunately, here is where we're going to see a problem. While everyone is training their best, Bora ultimately opts out. Now, why does Bora opt out? Well, Bora doesn't opt out, but Bora mentions how he's getting older. Like, he doesn't have... 1 second here. My dog wants to go outside. Do you want to go outside? Oh, that's actually good lighting. It's very bright and nice out today. Bora mentions how, I'm getting older. I can't do the training I used to do anymore. He's not a Roshi type individual. Yeah, he's stronger than any other normal human on the planet, but he's even just fallen to the wayside because of just when he had his potential unlocked, all the training he has done. He just isn't capable of really participating in the fight. So he elects to stay back and guard his home. Same with Upa. They can't keep up anymore, which is unfortunate. But what are you going to do? It's going to happen. And so they elect to stay behind, guarding their homestead, all that. Goku and Raditz do some training, and sorry, there's an ant, a big black wood ant on my computer. They start to come out around this time of year. There we go. Yeah. But they do the training, and Goku just isn't the same level of strength he is in the original. He's just not. He didn't train on Yard Dry. He didn't learn the instant transmission. He didn't get the power increase he had. He's only had Super Saiyan for a little bit. And Raditz is just also not as strong, nowhere near as strong as Vegeta is. He didn't get the power boost increase. He still is training his ass off, and he's able to get at least kind of near Goku's level, but not still not there, and not even have Super Saiyan. And so their training ends. Everyone's training ends. Goku, they do at least make sure Goku is taking his medications. And yeah, he's taking his medication. He's not going to suffer from the heart virus in this one. So they end up finding the androids, destroying, what was it, West City or whatever? I can't remember what it was. It was a city island. They lure them to the field. Goku turns into the Super Saiyan for the first time. Or, well, for the first time, but first time in front of them. Jiro did note this power. He did note this increase of strength years ago when Cold came by. And so he is prepared for it. Goku squares off with 19. And the increase is enough that 19 is taken aback for a bit. But unfortunately, Goku just isn't the same as he is here, as the androids also had the advantage of being prepped for Super Saiyan transformations. Granted, that increase is a much greater increase than, say, just like the Kaioken or whatever. So it was still something. It was still a level of power that even trying to calculate for was difficult. So 19 is still struggling against Goku, but ultimately does prove successful when Goku fires an energy blast. They still didn't know about the energy blast. 19 gets the energy and is now beating Goku soundly. Goku's tiring out, not because he's sick, but because he has energy taken, and 19 is just pressing him and pressing him hard. And it results in him pinning Goku and taking his energy. I will have all of your energy. And just, Kakarot! It's Goku! It's like, and all the gang is just there trying to help, and Dero just comes in, puts another hole in Yamcha's stomach. It's like, there will be no aid for you in this time. And just throws Yamcha, and then breaks Krillin's neck. Tien comes next as he just blasts Tien. Raditz tries, and Dero just like, oh yes, you are the strongest of your group of the others. There's no doubt about that, Raditz. But we prepared for you as well. And he just disappears and just grabs it. And his energy's starting to go. Don't worry, though. You will not have the slow, painful death Goku has. You will have a much more final ending. And just finally, as he's just absorbing the energy, Raditz just getting like more and more tired. And then finally, boom! But it gets blasted. And Raditz drops dead. And Goku's just there, just. He's trying and he's failing and just no, not like this, not like, and then just and 19 finally just ends Goku's life, and the Z fighters are there, butchered and dead. It's like, well, that wasn't too difficult. Time to go back to the lab and prepare for our revenge against this planet. And they fly off, and their bodies just left there in the wasteland, dead. And so Kami and me is like, Popo, collect the Dragon Balls immediately. We have pressing events. Yes, Kami. And so Popo goes and finds the Dragon Balls, collects the bodies of the Z fighters, what's left of some of them, and brings them to the lookout. Porunga is summoned, and he's like, we wish for the revival of both Goku, the one called Goku and the one called Reds. It is done. And they're both. Rad's, what happened? The bastard android. And so I was like, are you all right? We couldn't do anything against him. Damn it all! His power was nothing compared to our power was nothing compared to him. And it's just unfortunate that. That's the case, that they know they can't beat these guys no matter what. So, no, unfortunately not. And your potentials have already been unlocked. I do believe that Rad's potential after a while would have been unlocked with the Dragon Balls. There might be something else though. Dragon, we wish for a method to increase our power to defeat the androids. The Dragon pauses for a moment and just thinks about the method, because there are methods. It's like, very well. The information you seek is thus. Now here is where I'm actually gonna, try something different and be not try something. Well, yes, try something different. I do do a little different now and then. But here is where I decide to make it at least a little fanficky. Because every once in a while I do that. There is a method of gaining more power. It is known by a race known as the Metamorians, known as the Fusion Dance. And he basically uses like an image or whatever magic to show off what the dance does. And so, yeah, this is the Fusion Dance. And so, Goku, and Enso. I keep saying that. I need to kind of, and Vegeta, if I keep saying Vegeta, Goku and Raditz practice the Fusion Dance. They practice getting the motion down, leveling the powers out correctly, all that. Meanwhile, Gero and 19 are in the lab, and they're looking over statistics, analyses, how long it will take. When they hear, they can pick up energy at the door. It's like, who is there? And all of a sudden, the door blasts open, poof, and they're standing as a being that Gero recognizes on some degree, but is not sure why. He's never seen this individual. He feels like he knows it. Standing there is this green insectoid human with a long tail, barbed tip, wings, and a crested head. Cell has arrived. Ah, hello, father. It is father. What are you? Who are you? Why do I feel like I know you? Oh, that's all right. You wouldn't have known you wouldn't have seen me in this form, although I'm sure you would have predicted the final results had once I awakened. Wait. And Jiro, being smart, is able to pick up on it. You're saying I know you, that I... Wait, there's a side angle. Could you be my my experiment? My... you are... you never did designate his name for me, though I give it to myself. I am your greatest achievement, father. You may call me Cell. Why are you here, Cell? Isn't it obvious? To complete... yeah. How are you even here? All excellent questions. And he explains a little bit of what happened about the time travel. So time travel is possible. Interesting. But that doesn't explain why you're here. I am here to do what you asked it to be, father. To finish what you started, to be complete, the perfect organism. Well, I did that as a last resort to Teal-san Goku, but we managed to successfully do that. So unfortunately, the completion of your mission will no longer be required. And Cell just, you're saying I am no longer needed, that you no longer, that I cannot be complete. I'm saying that it's no longer required. If it's no longer required, what harm would there be in me just having a little taste of my brother and sister? And Jiro's just staring. He was never expecting to be around when Cell basically. I mean, technically, yes, he was, but at the same time, let's be honest, it kind of wasn't. So he's just. He doesn't trust this guy, but he can also tell too that this guy is much stronger than him. So he's just trying to figure it out. Besides, you will need all the help you can get. Do you really think Goku is dead for good? The Dragon Balls still exist. And if the Dragon Balls exist, then Goku will be brought back, stronger than before. You'll need all the help you can get, father. And this time, Jiro's like, Capital. And I see your point. I want to run and before we do it, I want to run you have my word as your creator that you'll be allowed to merge with 17 and 18. But I do want to run the statistics on just how strong you will become. And if Son Goku is coming back stronger, we need to be ready. That is the conniving scientist I have come to admire. And so, very well then. And so they go down to the sub-lab and they begin testing just to be sure. Meanwhile, they have been practicing the form the whole time they've got down. They've been practicing balancing their power levels together, and they've been practicing balancing the movements together out of sync so they don't actually phase accidentally. And then they've been practicing fusing together. And it took a couple tries, but they did ultimately result in their fusion combined together properly. And it's at that point they do sense an energy on the planet when they fuse together. It's just like, what is that? It's like, that power is I can sense it. It's way beyond how strong the androids are. Now, what is the name of this creation? I think I've done it before. But I think just for the sake of brevity, we will do the fusion dance combination names where Goku's name came first and Vegeta's name came first. In this case, Goku's and Radz's. With the earrings, they call them Vegito, so it was Vegeta and Kakaroto. Here we are just going to call them. We will do the opposite and do the Gogeta, Goku, Vegeta style. So here we would have Gokudids, Gokudids. Or, well, no, Radids, Adids, Dids, Godids? Godids! Godids. We're going with Godids. Anyway, Godids. So, yeah, Rad's and Goku's name, the reverse, are a little bit more, work a bit better. But anyway, they go, and they fly off immediately to that location where they can sense the power, and they're there, and they notice their wardrobe, too. By the way, hair-wise, style-wise, I mean, Vegito and Gogeta don't really have that much of a different hairstyle from Goku or Vegeta. The only difference they really have are bangs. And that's really, I think, and that's, yeah, that they have one bang like Goku does. The rest is more of Vegeta's hairstyle. Here, you'd probably have just like a shaggier version of Goku. Probably like, I keep using this, but it's when you're talking about a guy with long hair versus a guy with shorter hair, probably something akin to like a Super Saiyan 4 Goku or something like that. That's kind of what their hair probably looks like. Kind of getting the best of both worlds just a little bit. Maybe not having those two big luscious locks there, but something like that. And so they show up. And power-wise, power-wise, base-wise, where strength-wise do they stand? They probably are stronger than, say, Gotenks is. Because base-wise, these guys are stronger than I think Goten and Trunks are. So they are probably stronger than, say, Gotenks base form-wise was against Boo and Super Boo. But is that enough to beat Cell? Well, spoilers, yeah, it is. At least I think it is. Pretty sure it would be. Because we don't know how strong... I've tried to calculate the fusion dance for it, and I think I wrote it down. But yeah, it's difficult to figure out exactly what the multiplier on that is, because it's never really stated what the multiplier is. It seems to be like a combination of addition and multiplication, whereas the fusion dance, or excuse me, the earrings are just multiplication, and even beyond the standard multiplication. But anyway, they show up in base form, and they get there, and the door is blown off on the lab, and they're feeling the power as they see two empty pods. He sees two empty pods, and the lab blows off, and there's Jiro and 19 standing there in the dust, and say, so it was true. You did survive, but no matter. We'll find the Dragon Balls after this, and be sure that it will never happen again. So you really think you're going to be able to beat me this time? It's true. Your power seems to have grown incredibly, but you're not the only one who's gained some extra help. And I don't know what this technique is. You're neither Goku nor Raditz. You seem to be a combination of the two. Your power is incredible. I don't even think I could beat you at this point. But that's neither here nor there. You see, you're not the only one with a trick or two up its sleeves. Isn't that right, my friend? Indeed. And there is Perfect Cell. Thank you, Father. But unfortunately, just as you said before, I no longer need you. And then just destroys Jiro. And 19's maybe tries to absorb the energies. You really think I would attack you with a ki blast, knowing you can absorb energy? You must stick to doing birthday parties, clown. Just crushes his head. Now then, Goku, who are you exactly? We are the combination of Goku and Raditz. We are Go-Kids. Go-Kids. Not a name that rolls off the tongue, but it is your name. Who am I to judge? So, but that means what Jiro said, you seem to be a combination of the two, which means if I kill you, I kill Goku, correct? Technically, it's like, oh, wonderful. Then let's do this. And so Cell and Go-Kids square off and fight. In the base form, Cell's got the edge. He's completely owning it. Please, is that really all you have? I was really expecting more from you. As a combination of the two should be much stronger than the sum of its parts, but you're not even worth my time. And all of a sudden, he just feels the energies, and powers up, and yeah, now as Super Saiyan, it's like, really, let's put that to the test, shall we? And just cracks into Cell's face, like, that's more like it, and then they clash up. Cell goes full power, they're clashing, beam struggle, the whole 9 yards. Finally, it gets down to the fact that Cell realizes, I can't beat him. It's like, you're right, you can't. Being followed by no, and then just blows Cell to hell, basically. And so Cell is defeated, and victory is obtained, and they finally defuse as their time frame was just running out, and they just huff, and it's like, well, we gotta wait to get the Dragon Balls again, yeah. And that is the end of the Android arc. Really, the only thing to talk about here is the 7-year time skip. This is where Bora really just takes the backseat, lets Upa just take over as the guardian of the area. Even though he's still strong and can help, he'd probably be what, in his 50s now, maybe. At least, he'd be getting close to his 60s. And unlike Saiyans who can retain the youth for a lot longer, he can't do that. He's just a human, so his muscles do start to, even if he's working out a lot, his muscles will start to atrophy a little bit. He'll lose muscle mass, testosterone, all that. That's biology. And so all the gang is eventually brought back. Kami is even after 7 years decides to try to upgrade the Dragon Balls to allow for at least mass revival, and it works. And they are able to bring people back in mass. Unfortunately, they still can only be done. They have a limit of about a year, is what I'm trying to say. So all the people who have been killed by Piccolo, all that, they're still dead. They're still gone. Meanwhile, everyone else trains to the degree that they're training. Like Krillin, for instance, doesn't actually stop training here. Here's Tien. Yamcha does. But one thing they do show off is the fusion dance, and they do teach you to the rest of the Z Fighters, hoping that maybe it will help down the line. Radz and Goku also continue their training. Gohan grows up fine. Trunks grows up fine. Gohan gets to go to school. He's a year younger here. So he's like a grade behind Videl. But he's probably, because thanks to Chi-Chi, he is smart enough to be training, or smart enough to maybe skip a grade, so they could still meet. Gohan probably does get some training, but he's nowhere. Gohan sadly is not a main player in this version of the story. Goku and Radz's training continues, and they unlock Super Saiyan 2 after 7 years. No Super Saiyan 3. Super Saiyan 2 is probably very recent for them. And this brings us basically now to the tournament, the next tournament, because the tournament's technically never stopped. Goku just never really participated. There would have been no reason to participate. And here, I don't think there's a reason to participate, except for the fact that they probably need the money a little bit, and really that's it. And Goku still farms. Goku's still around, so he's still a farmer. There's not really any reason for Goku to be anyone to be participating in the tournament. So the tournament is pretty dull. I say, like I've said in the past though, I think they'd still go and watch the tournaments just for the thrill of it. The Saiyan in them likes to watch the fights and all that. And maybe Krillin participates. In fact, Krillin could actually be the de facto champ right now because he needs the money. In fact, that's not a bad, catch-22. Hercule Satan, not the martial arts champ anymore. Krillin basically usurped him, and he's been just, cleaning house and getting prize money and smart investing and all that. So he's not destitute anymore. So there's that. Spopovich still beats the hell out of Videl. Gohan freaks out in the stands because he does like Videl. Videl is not as interested in Gohan here as she would be, because he's not as big of a mystery to her. He's pretty upfront. He mentioned that his dad was a martial arts champion. All that, really. I mean, he doesn't tell her anything about the alien side, but she's not stalking him. She's not trying to figure him out. Anything like that. So they're more just classmates, but Gohan still likes her, probably even has a crush on her. So when he sees her getting whipped on, he's starting to freak out in the crowd, and Goku actually has to hold on to him. And he can even feel the energy spike in him. That can't be. Is he about to, Gohan, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. It's fine. She'll be okay. Now, we have senses. We can go hell, and Gohan here's the senzu part. It's like, you can go to her afterwards. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. All right, fine. Thanks, Dad. And so Kibito and other, I don't know, Yamu face off, and Kibito uses his energy as a diversion. They're not super strong, but they're strong enough. He steals his energy, and they fly off. Now Shin is in the crowd. Shin is probably sensed their Saiyans there. And he most likely goes and asks them for their help. And it's like, look, I don't have much time to tell you what's going on. All you need to know is that I am the supreme Kai of this universe, and I need your aid now before a monster of untold proportions is unleashed upon this world, on your world. Will you help me? It's like, what? And they again briefly explains it. And Goku's like, what is he that strong? He is a monster beyond belief. That sounds awesome. Let's go. I was like, what? So it's like, come on. Is it? All right, hold on, Kakarot. And Krill's like, wait, guys, hold on. I was like, no, Krillin, you gotta stay here. You are the champ after all. I was like, what? But yeah, fine. And so Krillin has to stay there and basically do what he does. By the way, yes, Goten and Trunks are around. Trunks is actually a fair bit older at this version than Goten is. But they're still besties, and they still probably participate. Trunks probably did beat Goten, just because he's actually older by a decent margin, probably been training longer. And they probably do disguise themselves in the tournament to fight the adults, ultimately leading to fighting Krillin only for the actual reveal of them to be the fact they cheated. And so Krillin is the winner by default. And so we end with them reaching Babdi's ship. And Deborah coming out and, spitting at him. And Kibito being killed. And Raditz, unfortunately, being turned to stone. Now, what this means for the overall group is that Tien's not even there. Yamcha's there, but Yamcha didn't go with him. So really, this is just Goku now. Goku's on his own and fighting off all of Babdi's forces, which we know for a fact won't be that difficult. But for now, yeah. Anyway, we'll see what happens in the next part. But until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you folks later.